See, they're already commenting on the one that I stopped.
Oh, okay. I got to remember, I got to go like that. It's my left hand going to you.
Hang on.
Oh, volume. Got to put my volume down. Okay.
Here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Can We Chat Here? My name is Sheila Abram, and we are pleased to be the host. I am pleased, and I'm pleased to be a host with my wonderful co-host, Miss
Maxine Jones from New York. And welcome to Can We Chat Here? Oh, gosh, you know, we say this every week, and we'll say it again. Can We Chat Here is about our dreams, our goals, our stories, and our journeys. And each week, we share information about different topics. And it's always our goal to bring value to our Facebook friends and families. Well, for tonight's topic, we have the privilege to reach out to our mentors and leaders of Wealth Builders Worldwide, Mr. Tyrone Best and Mrs. Valerie Best. And we asked them to come and share their expertise about and bring insight about having a live meeting. And you see, there are live meetings popping up from our leaders all over. I'm talking about the East Coast, the West Coast, and all in between. And there is a reason why. But Mr. Best and Mrs. Valerie Best, they would like to share the why, the when, and the how to have a live meeting. So we are just waiting for them to pop in. Yeah. And in the interim, I think, have they popped? Yeah, okay. In the interim, Sheila and I will share because she hosted one this weekend and I was present to one. So we will share our experiences so they can catch up with us. So over to you, Miss Sheila Abram.
Well, I had the privilege with hosting a live meeting in California, and it was such a pleasure because the room was packed. I mean, we're going to outgrow this particular room really fast. But, you know, with California traffic, that always presents some kind of challenge. But just to be able, I think what I like about doing the presentation live versus doing it on a webinar platform, you get to see faces.
Yeah.
You get to see when you're presenting information or you're telling a story, you get to see some aha moments on people's faces that are sitting right there in the audience. Sometimes it's like, wait a minute. That's all I have to do? Or there was a beautiful, beautiful senior, someone brought her their mom, and she was definitely a senior citizen. There's the best. And the mother was almost in tears with
really?
The plight. There they are. There they are. We're going to cut our conversation and go to the best of the best.
Well, I just want to say this because I was actually doing your introduction. No.
You got some water, Val? You got water?
You got water? Yep, she's got water. So Mr. Tyrone Best is no stranger to this platform, but we are super, super excited this evening to welcome Mrs. Valerie Best to the platform of Can We Chat Here. So welcome Mr. and Mrs. Best.
Yes. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good evening.
So, Mr. Best, Maxine had already gave kind of like why this topic came about. You know, there are more live meetings from leaders that are emerging, doing live events in our wonderful Wealth Builders Worldwide team. And when we talked to you and Miss Valerie Best yesterday, we kind of had a little different idea on how we were going to present, you know, tonight's topic. But we wanted to check with our executive producers get
They've got
excited.
two of you, the
And
executive producers for this platform.
yeah, and so guess what? They both came up with a much better plan
Yeah,
because we always want
absolutely.
everyone to grow, and we want to present the best information to the public and to our leaders and the prospects as possible. So, Mr. Best, can you start off with, because the topic is why, how, and when to do a live meeting. So can you go ahead, you and Miss Valerie Best, just take it over and go.
Yep.
Well, okay. First, let's start out by saying, get this out of my face. Why you want to do a meeting? Now, see, most people think that the meeting is for recruiting. I mean, they really do. They think the meeting is to recruit new people, to bring new people to the business. But in the history of this industry, really, the meeting is not so much to recruit new people, but to reinforce and to build the belief in the people that are already in the business. Because if you've noticed now, if you've been around for a while, for a few years, done it for a few years, most people don't come to meetings. They don't even like going to meetings. And when you do a meeting, most of the people who are at the meetings are people who are already in the business. I'm sure most people who experienced the meetings for this weekend or who've done meetings even in Carabao's the last 3-4 years, you go to a meeting and 70-80% of the people that are in the meeting, they're already in the business. So why are we doing the meeting? So we're not really doing the meeting to recruit. Now, we do have new people come. There might be 10 to 20% of people may be new who come to me, but the meeting is really for that person who just signed up, that person on the fringe, whoever made a commitment. It's really designed to inspire them, to raise their belief level up, to raise their commitment level up, and let them see other folks that are actually already in the business, and to recruit. Recruiting new people is a secondary purpose of the meeting. An experience say it's really the primary purpose because you haven't recruited a person in the meeting just because they became a blue dot. You haven't recruited a person on your team because they became a blue dot. You haven't recruited on your team because they got a package. Mm-hmm. When they made a commitment, you got that person. So it's really to help focus the commitment level of the people who are already signed up as a blue dot or a bronze package holder or a VIP package holder. Okay. Or VIP package holder. Okay. If you know, even on our Let's Go weekend, what do we do on Let's Go weekend? We have a Friday night, and Friday night is free for all guests who want to come. But the meeting is 80% of people who are already in the business. Yeah. And those guests who come, they get inspired, they get fired up, they sign up right on the spot. So that's why you do a meeting. So when a new person gets started, say, I want to have a meeting at a hotel, and they go out and they want to pass out flyers, all that does not recruit people. Now, they can have a meeting at their home. That's different. That's you really having a meeting. That's just the introduction of the business to your family and friends. That's different. I'm talking about having a meeting at a hotel, a public facility, a public environment. That's different to me. That's a private go reception where you say, I'm inviting 5 or 10 family members to my house. Mm-hmm. I want to see them doing. That's different than what we're really talking about tonight. The agenda holds true, and we're going to talk about how it should be done and how and when it should be done. That's the same, but why different purposes for both meetings? Okay, that meeting at the house is a recruiting meeting. I say it is recruiting because you'll introduce new people to the business who've never seen the business, and you'll drive it over their house and you show them that. Now, I don't know why you don't have to do a lot of that today because don't they look like Gabe? Don't like one of Alice's pictures right there? I'm telling you, I say that every time I keep meaning to bring you this picture of my son because we got a picture of him just like that. I mean, just like that picture. Anyway,
Maxine's back, the back of Maxine.
Off topic for a minute. It always throws me off when I see that picture.
That's Lauren. Yeah.
So anyway,
that's Lauren.
I know. I gotta find that picture. Show it to you. You gotta be kidding. It looks just like Alexander.
With the sunglasses too.
I'm talking the sunglasses. The whole works in a baby carriage. The whole work. Okay. So anyway, so why you do a meeting? You're doing the meeting for 2 reasons. Yes, to help recruit people, but primarily to reinforce and raise the belief and people who are already in the business. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's why. Now, why you do a hotel meeting is you're going to a city and you're going to that city. I hope somebody knows this. You're going to that city. You're not going to recruit all new people. You're going to that city to bring all those orphans, all those people around who don't have an upline. That's why we'll do it. That's why we're doing Wealth Builders Worldwide. We so announce we're coming to Newark, New Jersey. Okay, we're coming to New York, and anybody who's been sponsored by anybody in the world can come to that Wealth Builders Worldwide meeting. Anybody can come.
There's a lot of people. Their upline has stopped and they're abandoned them for whatever reason, and so they want to plug into someplace, and everybody's welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got to understand, why am I doing this meeting? Just like some of us now, you got to, as your team grows to 500 to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people, your time becomes more precious, and you got to get a little bit more judicious with your time. Somebody just got started in Des Moines. They said, I need you to fly to Des Moines and do a meeting for me. Well, have you sponsored that? No, I haven't. Well, we're going to have a big group at the church. I tell you what, why don't you follow the system, get them to the Real Money Info, get them to watch the video. Let's get you about 10 or 15, 20 people sponsored. Then I'll be on that plane to Des Moines. But I'm not going to plane to Des Moines to do an initial meeting to get people interested, because that's not the best use of your time.
Why not?
Okay, because most of the folks not going to show because they have no interest in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people who show up have an interest in the business. That's who come to the meeting. Now the pastor can say, well, I'm going to have a meeting right after church. So, I might have some people there. But I still won't do that. I said, nah, why don't you do some grassroots work before? Mr. Delco, if he's on the line, he'll come and tell you, he talked about doing a meeting in Atlanta from the first 90 days. I said, no, I'm not coming. No. I mean, about a year. Mm-hmm. Let's do some grassroots work. To have a great meeting, you got to do this grassroots one-on-one. Let's get you started. Then all of a sudden you got some people there, and now you want to have a meeting to galvanize all those folks into one environment. So, oh wow, some other people here. That's the way you do it, okay? Unless you sincerely have a big sphere of influence where you can actually call this meeting. I've had people, even in Carabaos, they try to do flyers. They booked meetings. They went out and passed out 10,000 flyers. And wait a minute, this is after the fact. Because if they asked me before, I would have said, save your money and save your time. And don't worry about that. Don't do that. But they don't do. They go, flyers to get them there. I'm going to give me a bunch of it. They book a public facility, and they go pass out 10,000 flyers, or they do a radio program. They do all kinds of stuff, and no one shows up. So why? Because they have no interest in what you're doing. You got to find some people with an interest, and then when you promote that meeting, that means it's going to be successful. One other point. When somebody's coming in from out of town, like Roger Williams coming to Newark, or anybody, a celebrity, for lack of a better word, just speaking of conversation, is coming in from out of town, that's when you're having your big meeting. And you got to learn how to promote that upline, that leadership, that senior person. Roger Williams coming in from Atlanta, Georgia, man. Now you promote that thing to everybody, okay? That's another reason why you want to have 15, 20, 30 people who are already involved, because now it's not just you promoting the meeting. It's you and 50 other people promoting the meeting, and you can have a bigger group there. You got anything you want to add?
No.
Okay.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Okay, when you have these live meetings, are there certain tools that should be present at those meetings?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get to, and how. Well, we'll move right there. But if anybody have any questions, or they text you any question, anything, just blurt it out, because we're gonna be all over the place. Okay, we're gonna be all over the place. So that's a great question. So now, how do you want to conduct a meeting? Okay, number one, what's the purpose of the meeting? Why you got that? Why? Okay, let me mention one other thing. The purpose of the meeting. The purpose of the meeting is recognition and acknowledgement. Even the opportunity meeting is about recognition and acknowledgement, and about credibility of people in the room. It's about establishing leadership and creating stars, okay, as well. So when you're having this meeting, you got to keep certain things in place, like who's in this city that's doing the business, okay, and recognize those folks who are doing the business in that city. You got to be aware and conscious of who's actively doing something in that city. So now when you're doing that meeting, like, again, example, let's use, I wasn't in Newark, I wasn't in California. I'm sure Miss Abram right on target, and Mr. Roger Williams were. Well, let me tell you what we did here in Virginia. the meeting was put on and hosted by Linda Kelly and Matthew Taylor. Well, Matthew Taylor sponsored Linda Kelly. Linda Kelly welcomed everybody into the room. Okay, edification, setting up leadership. Linda Kelly then introduced what? Matthew Taylor. Then Matthew Taylor said, fantastic. Let me introduce Bronze Director, Mr. Wayne and Kathy Thompson. And he came up and he welcomed everybody. And he said, let me introduce our presenter for this afternoon, Mr. Wesley Thompson. It's a whole line of edification there, line of sponsors. Go Director Wesley Thompson, not just Wesley Thompson, but Go Director Wesley Thompson. Then Wesley Thompson did Wesley and Kathy did the presentation. And then Wesley Thompson, when he finished, he did what? And let me introduce our senior partner right here from Newport News, Ty Best. I came up and told some jokes for 35, 40 minutes, and that was it. But wait a minute, but didn't stop there. Okay, the first things I got, I told a few stories. Then I did what? I invited other people in the room up to come up front because what? Recognition is very important at every meeting. Okay, they didn't come to hear Tyrone talk for an hour. Okay, people like to hear themselves talk as well. So recognition is important at every meeting. So the first chance I got, I said, who first I brought the folks who I know had done something. I recognize them for being on auto save. I recognize folks that had cash go. Those that have cash go raise hand. Those got a MasterCard. Find a reason to recognize people in the room. So you might be just getting started. So maybe no one there has hit a level or hit a pin level, but you can say, hey, who in the room got their MasterCard? Everybody hold their MasterCard. Recognition. Okay. Hey, who in the room got cash gold? Okay. Everybody in the room hold it. Everybody say, I got cash gold. Fantastic. Okay. You follow me? You recognize those folks. Everybody got cash gold. Please stand up. Everybody said, fantastic. People say, man, this thing is for real. Okay. Hey, anybody got to go and show to go? What's in your wallet? Show to go. Find a reason to recognize people in that meeting. Okay. So that's another person as to why I have that meeting. You want to recognize people in me. You want to start, and people will come back and forth to get the recognition as well. Okay. And then the first chance you get, you want to get the responsibility as a part of co-hosting and being a part of the meeting as well. Okay. Now, okay. Now in every meeting, I believe when you have a meeting, there are certain tools to be at every meeting. Yes, you should always have a registration list. Name who came. Okay, you need that for tax purposes, nothing else, especially if you're doing a hotel meeting where you book the hotel, you pay for the hotel. You need to keep those records. Just say, your name and phone number or name. You can't collect the phone numbers because, hey, that's a good way to collect phone numbers. Okay. So you can call them next time we have a meeting. You can call everybody and say, hey, we have another meeting right here in Newark.
Call or text.
Call or text everybody and say, hey, we have another meeting. So you got their name and their phone number. You collect the names and phone numbers. So they sign in. So you have a sign-in sheet. A sign-in sheet for affiliates, a sign-in sheet for guests. Always. Okay. And when the guest sheet, it wouldn't hurt to say who invited you. Because a lot of the guests sometimes they're invited from somebody from way across the country. Okay. They'll say Tanisha Glassby told me about this meeting. So that's why I'm here. Okay. In fact, Tanisha had somebody I'm meeting here in Hampton, Virginia. Okay. We had folks. It's interesting. Well, I get back to that in a minute.
California too. There were some Arizona team in California. Right.
So it's amazing. Okay. So now, I also believe every single meeting, especially public meeting, okay, you should have CDs and you should have books.
Yeah.
In every meeting. Okay. I mean, I'm not talking about how, yes, we're going to have the Carabas display there and the table with Carabas on it and all that stuff, the banner up, all that's just standard stuff. But see, I'm thinking down the line. Okay. You want to add something?
Well, yeah. One thing about the CDs and the books, but, particularly CDs, a lot of people have the meeting, there's a lot of excitement. You got the presentation board and we got great presenters. Every time I've seen one of our presentations, everybody's done a great job. But I think what happens is there's an attitude of they got to get in right now, right this second. And people sometimes have to go home and think about it. Sometimes they have to go home and rearrange their finances. Okay. I'm not saying they don't have any money, but a lot of people, they might have planned something out and they go, oh, well, I'm going to buy, let's say a gold package or whichever package they pick, and they didn't plan on that. So they have to go home and they have to rearrange that. And also, you got to remember, it's a fantastic, exhilarating meeting. It's like with Let's Go Weekend. You get there and you're like Tyrone. I pick up Tyrone. He's on cloud nine for like 4 days. eventually life is going to get you the reality and bring you back down. So some people, it happens quicker. When you're on that drive home, by the time you get home, you're, especially depending on what time the meeting was, you got your responsibilities and you're tired. And if you're still working a job because you're not completely free, and by the time you get to work and you're trying to tell your friends about this, you're back into life. The reason for the CDs is because it's something they can listen to again and again. They can listen to it on the way home. And sometimes we've had people listen to a CD. Okay, they didn't sign up right on the spot at the meeting. They could have, but they just didn't. But after listening to a CD on the way home, depends on which one they got, they get home and sign up. Okay, now there's people that get home and they have listened to the CD, but they don't throw it away. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they don't throw the CD away. And then on the way to work, they'll pop it in and they'll leave it in their car. And maybe if they're having a bad day, it might take them a few days, or sometimes people take months, but they have that CD, they listen to it, and they're ready. I always feel, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this. Okay, our goal is to help everybody, and give them a fighting chance. And there's modes that, we didn't know how to use Facebook and live stream when we first started. We knew about Facebook, we knew about live stream, but we didn't know how to use it. Okay, and we didn't just go, well, we're not going to do that. We just believe in CDs. No, you use everything. You don't have a CD with you because you ran out. We've had that happen. You pass out a business card with your link. Okay, and then if you can get the name and number from the person, except if, then you contact them, and then you can text them or you can email them if you get their email. Okay, a lot of people go, email's dead. No, it is not dead. Everybody doesn't use it, but there are still a lot of people that do use it. So you're going to use texting, email, posting on Facebook or other social media platforms. Okay, and the CD. And when you don't give a person the CD, I feel like you're sabotaging their ability to make money, whether you know it or not. Whatever your idiosyncrasy is, because we've got people that just fight it all the way. We've got people that want to cocoon their group. Okay, they don't want to plug their group into, say, Michael Delco's meeting or to maybe Tanisha Glass's meeting. For whatever reason, you got to get over that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Unless you know that person's doing something really bad, like another program, trying to run another program, that's their right. But the Tough Tie always announces, this is a Carrot Bars meeting. We're talking about Carrot Bars. So if there are people in the hall talking about something else, okay, that's their right, but that's not what we're talking about. We're here to help you build your Carrot Bars gold business. But going back to the CD, give them a fighting chance. Okay, I personally think it's selfish when you don't. I mean, come on now. We know these things are pennies. Give them. I don't think just go on the street corner and throw them out at people. That's crazy. Okay, qualify them. Make them, by conversation, earn that CD. Make them even earn your business card. A quick conversation with people, and you realize they have no interest. If they have no interest, then why are you chasing them down and trying to tackle them? That's when they think, oh my God, she or he must need me. Okay, no. We're offering you something that you can use if you want to. Okay, all right. Do we need everybody? It's great that they all get it, but no. What do you always say?
Love everyone. We don't know.
Yeah, that. Okay, so that's why I'm very sorry, because I know that back in the 80s and the 90s, before CDs came out, multi-billion-dollar companies were built by people passing out cassettes. This was before social media, before Facebook, because I don't think Facebook was around till 2000 something. Okay, and for YouTube, 5 years ago. YouTube came out in 2006, I think. Okay, that's all you had, and you still built multi-million-dollar companies. When you're a techno geek, that's what they call me around here. Anytime there's anything that has to do with the computer, stuff like that, I'm the one. Okay, if I don't know, I go to YouTube to find out how to do something. I'll read instructions, and I'll figure it out. I used to call Mr. Delco. Then I used to call Rodney, and I said, okay, I cannot bother them with these tech questions. I got to educate myself. Okay, and that's what I did. I started educating myself with tech books and things like that. But going back to that, yes, it's important that you give people a fighting chance. So get them the CD, and then I like Miss Sheila had a good suggestion. She said, you can go to YouTube and learn how to do something. You said this a couple of days ago, and I said, Very smart. A lot of stuff. You know, we just got new openers for one of our garage doors because somebody lost it or broke it. I don't know if it was me or not. Okay. I'm good for losing stuff in my bottom of my purse and then getting all panicky about it. It's like crazy Laurel Heidi right here. But anyway, got it. And I said, how do we program? How do we program? And I said, no problem. Went to YouTube, watched it. Boom. Tyrone programmed it. Notice I said he programmed it. I got the instructions. Same thing. A lot of the things that we do, we can tell people, we say, or they can call Miss Sheila Abram up or Mr. Delco up and take 45 minutes of their time because you don't have nothing else to do. And, you know, right? You don't have anything else to do except tell every single person. See, I know sometimes when Mr. Delco gets burnt out, I can't speak for you, you probably too, because every 10 minutes they're calling you to do something that they could do themselves. We're trying to help you along. We understand people are new, but some of these things they can do themselves, okay? They can listen to a CD, they YouTube, and they can take a few minutes. Some of these YouTube videos are like 6 minutes long to tell you how to do X, Y, Z on Facebook or Google.
Now, Mr. Best, in the chat bar, someone said, can you give some titles of some of the CDs you recommend to have at the live meetings? And what books do you recommend to have there as well? That was in our Facebook chat.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Let me say this in reference to why you want to have the CDs there real quickly. Also, you don't have to give them away all the time. Sometimes you just sell them. Just get your cost back for them. There are people who want to buy them. They'll pay $2 for a CD. I mean, we did the meeting on Saturday, and I was so excited, brought tears to my eyes for Linda Keller. I looked back there, I said, Linda Keller. Yeah. I said, I didn't even bring CDs to the meeting because I knew from the last meeting she was gonna be ready. She came there, she had all the CDs lined up on the table. I mean, all of them. And look, she had The Creature and the Blessing. See, you got recruiting CDs. We broke it down in Wealth Builders Worldwide. If you go back there and look at the list, you see it's broken down. Recruiting CDs, attitude CDs, attitude makes it happen. Attitude, how to make $100,000 a year. That's a how to do it CD. You got how to and how and why CDs. Okay, Creature and the Blessing. That's a recruiting CD. Attitude makes it happen. A recruiting CD. The CD we just put a seat at the table. That's a recruiting CD. Okay. How to make $100,000 a year. That's a fundamental attitude CD. I also said, here's some fundamental steps. No matter what network company you're doing, these are things you got to do. You got to make a written list. You got to get your attitude right. You got to get a sense of urgency. You want to build this thing anytime soon. I love If the Shoe Fits. That's why you got to become a master and listen to all these things so you know what ones to have.
Emotions versus math.
Listen to all the CDs.
Okay. Yeah. What about
all the CDs? So you know which ones. So you have a better idea of which ones to use. Because Miss Abram, you covered that Saturday when you said, you wait a minute. You talking to this analytical person, man, they're not going to get too excited about me screaming at them. But they hear Mr. Allen Austin talk about it's not emotion, it's just math. And gold has outperformed every single financial instrument in America in the last 100 years. They go, wow, I can relate to that guy. That guy screaming about, get your dream, buy your Bentley. I don't know what he's talking about, okay? So you got to know who you got to listen to him, and you got to learn how to understand people a little bit, but you want to have an assortment. You can't have all these 25 seeds in the system right now, but you have 4 or 5 different variety seeds. But the fundamental ones, especially for gas, attitude makes it happen, the creature and the blessing. And definitely plant the seed. Because I say plant the seed because the biggest challenge most people don't have is they don't understand this duplication process. They don't understand how if one can put 1,000 fight, 10 can put 10,000. They don't understand how 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16, 32, 32, 64, 64, 1, 28, 2. Their brain can't see all of that. They say it's just for me and I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. And then one day look up, they like CeCe Mahorn, 4,000 people on their team going, what? Okay. Everybody starts the same place. But watch this. Another reason for the CDs is the CDs work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now I know for the geek, I don't want to say. And by the way, and I think geek is a positive thing. See, when I say geek,
I'm a
I'm married to a geek, 100% geek. Okay, she's a geek and a gadget person.
Yeah.
Okay, if I can keep her from watching TV and buying gadgets, I don't know what. I mean, just gadgets. Okay, gadgets have changed my life. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, okay. So that, I don't mean that disparagingly. I mean that positively. I need that around me. Okay. I love the fact Mr. Delco is so left brain analytical on a lot of issues because, hey, look, happened today. Guy asked me a question. I said, man, I don't know. Great question. Hold on for a second. Let me call my residential intellectual guy to keep on top of these details for me. And then the other person started laughing. I said, you know who I'm calling? She said, you call him Mr. Delco. I said, that's right. Okay, I called Mr. Delco. I said, Mr. Delco, I got a question for you. If a guy wants to buy 4 or 5 premium packages, blah, 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 and he asked the question, yeah, I said, thank you very much. That's all you know. Thank you very much. Go back, do it. You know, so believe me, I don't mean that in a negative sense at all. I mean in a very positive sense. So now, but here's the thing. 80% of us not quite that way. We're not quite left brain oriented way. We want something simple. What's simple? Can you pop in a CD on the way to work and just listen? Yeah, you can do that. I don't want to tell them to go download the CD, burn it over here, listen it over here, put it on your MP3. What's the MP3? I still don't know what that is. But anyway, so you know what I'm saying? I don't see, there are a lot of folks like me. Okay, I tend to believe that more folks are like me when it comes to this technology than they're like the folks who understand this technology. I hear Mr. Roddenberger give it us some time, and he'll say, now all you got to do is blah, 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 and I don't know what Rodney just said. Okay, but for him, it was plain English. For me, it's like he was speaking German. I have no idea what he just said to me. Okay, so anyway, the CD is quick. It's simple. And watch this. On Saturday, I walked in Saturday. I had burned a bunch of CDs. First idea walking through, I gave everybody a CD. I just gave them one. Okay, thank you, Miss Sheila Abram, to you. I gave them a seat at the table. I gave all a seat at the table. You burned it and sent it. See, Sheila burned it from the Freedom Call. Sent me a copy. I said, thank you very much. Because we have the time of my life. We were sitting trying to download it all the time. I got this for you guys. Thank you so much. See, it's teamwork. I mean, I like getting all the credit, but the fact of the matter is I didn't do it. Sheila burned the thing. That's okay. That's new you sent to me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. And so I burned the thing. We burned the things. We labeled them. We got them out. I mean, believe me, when I said we was pounding them out Saturday morning. It was like, I had this for the meeting.
Like a production line.
You didn't tell the story because he said, Val, he told me you got to make a label for it. Now this was Friday now. You know, I'm usually in a coma at that time, and I think it was what, Friday. I was tired. I said, yeah, okay, I'll do it all day. Friday's gonna do it, but of course, you know, I allowed my printer to go. We burn out printers like crazy. Okay, so I got a new printer. It was sitting in the box. He said, I'm gonna set the printer up Friday. Well, of course, I was too pooped to do that, and he's giving me the evil eye, the fish eye. He goes, you're Saturday morning. He goes,
you want my wife? You be fired.
He told me that. He told me, look, but I knew. I said, no. It's gonna take me a few minutes. It's gonna take me longer to get the freaking printer out of the box than it is to set it up. So he was like, I set it up. Okay, because that one printer goes to this one particular computer I have that I can make labels on. Okay, for some reason this program doesn't work on anything else, and that's what I've been using for the last few years. So I got it hooked up. He's looking at me funny. I go, I did it, got it ready, and he went, wow, you did. I said, I told you I could do it. Okay, and then we were labeling them all that just in case. So, and that's what he did. He walked in and he gave them all away.
While she's setting up the printer, and I'm down there, I'm burning CDs in my office. I'm just burning like crazy. We had to label all, but I gave everybody a CD there. Now, I don't know when they're gonna listen to them, but I know they're not gonna throw them away. Y'all got my phone in the morning. I said, now, by the way, you want to put your phone in the morning? Because see, you don't want them calling me. I want them to call you. Okay? And you take them home and burn all you want to. Get your burner. Do what you got to do with them. Call you, okay? If they do call me, I ask them where to get the CD from. There you go. Okay, I mean, I treat it with respect. Where'd you get the CD from? Who gave it to you? Oh, I got it from so-and-so. Then great. I work with them, still get them enrolled in their organization. So it's not a problem. But I really prefer them to call. I don't need all the people calling me.
Right. Okay,
I'd be a bottleneck in the system. But anyway, now, watch this, though. So Miss Linda Kelly got all the C's back there. She got some books left. She got Enemies of Your Success. She got 1 in 3 Ways. She got Harold Sykes' book up there. We're demonstrating this is what you do. People watch what you do. They do what you do, not what you say. Now, she talk about we have people who've gone home a week later. I've had people leave a hotel, go to their car, say, I'm not interested, pop the CD and don't even get home. Turn around and come out to the hotel. We still sitting there. It's a sign me up. Now, they heard 15 minutes of the CD. Because sometimes when they sit in a meeting, we've been taught to sit in a meeting and we tune out. I mean, we'll sit there, some people pay attention, some people tune out. Okay? So that's a big part of it, or why you want the CDs. Also, the CDs do what? They work 24 days, 7 days a week, whether you there or not. Okay? And they overcome our own personality issues. This is why we talk about them so much. Go ahead, Valerie.
Well, no, when you talk about personality issues, okay, we got a lot of different moderators, and they have a lot of different styles. Okay, and you know, Sherry has the exciting call on Wednesday, but she's a very effervescent person. Okay, very, very, you know, and I wouldn't say it's the most exciting call, but it is exciting. Okay, but not everybody, people can hear her, and it's good. And I'm not saying, oh, I really don't like that lady who talks on Wednesday. Okay, they just not be, you know, not moved the same way she is excited wise. This is why we have different moderators, and for them to be the best you can be. Don't be Sherry. Don't be Mr. Delco. Don't be Ty. Don't be Sheila. Don't be Maxine. Don't be me. Be you. Work on you. Be the best you as a person doing the moderating, as a person out there. Okay. That's why we have the books to help you become a better you, not for you to become a Tyrone. Okay. Now that doesn't mean like when we do the overview, almost everybody does the overview the same. That's because that's the overview. It's like telling people what about Care Buzz. You know, it shouldn't be a different program. You know, this is Care Buzz according to Sheila or Maxine. It's the same overview, but you're going to do it. Sheila's going to do it. Sheila's not going to do Maxine's style. And that's what people understand. When you get confidence in yourself, and that's why the books help you have confidence, because all our lives, we're told what we can't do, where you can't go, what we can't do, even if it's done in love. I mean, in love, you'll tell your son or your kid, you can't do this, you can't do this, don't get in the car with the strangers. Now, all of a sudden, we're telling people, and they're grown, start talking to strangers. There's a lot of stuff to undo, because in your mind, you're still that little person thinking, I'm going to say hello to a stranger. I mean, how many times have you walked around in a store or the malls and just say hi? And some people look at you like, what? Because they've been told don't talk to strangers. And they're not that they're unfriendly, because we'll be in the line, or I'll be in the line. One of those rare moments yesterday, he took me out and went shopping, and boy, did I have a hook daddy every time shopping. Yeah, we're buying clothes, right? But of course, Ty says he drops us off, and we go in the store. Okay, and me and Gabe. Okay, and at first, and that's time. Just come in a little bit, okay? And Gabe, we're just having a grand old time, just throwing stuff in the basket, having a good. I go, whoa, this is good times. When Ty gets in there, he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Never mind." Okay, I'm
trying to have a great attitude. All I saw was tokens.
I knew he was going to say that.
Tokens.
Yes, he did. He did. I said, yeah, but the baby, his pants is like 2 inches above his ankles. He looks like little Abner. Okay, we need to get him some clothes. Okay.
You don't want any clothes.
Well, you know what? When he started trying them on, he really got into it.
Okay. We did a good job. Like them? Good. That's good.
So look, but the answer second part of the question real quickly, because we go off on these tangents.
Sorry.
Is what books you want to have, and read the book list back there in wealthbuildersworldwide.info. See, every question you're asking me is in wealthbuildersworldwide.info. It's right there. Okay, all the person got to do is plug in, but it's right there. Okay, we got 11 or 12 books there. But the first fundamental books I'd recommend everybody read. 3 fundamentals: The Magic of Thinking Big. Mr. Roddenberry has done such a tremendous job playing that audio program every Friday. It's like, and I've read the book, I don't know how many times, 5 or 6 times, but just listen to the audio program was like, wow, this is some good stuff. Okay. The Magic of Thinking Big that was the first book I was really introduced to when I first got involved in that. My wife and I were introduced to in network marketing. Then the second book is Think and Grow Rich. And the third book I still to this day say is a must read for anybody who's a networker, because we're in the people business, and that's how to win friends and influence people. Okay. And I say that because I watch folks interact with folks, and I'm still working on myself. Okay. They said the biggest challenge we all have is listening. and I'm not, I'm working on listening. I'm working on listening, okay, because I want to talk, okay, and really, and look, and we got a house full of talkers, okay. Val talks, Alex talks, Gabe talks. In my house, I'm the listener, okay, but outside the house, I want to talk, and so I can read the book. I can pick up Dale Carnegie's book anytime right now, 35 years later, and read 1 page, 2 pages, and see 3 or 4 human relation mistakes I made. And I think I'm fairly good at people skills. And in just one page ago, just did that this morning. Just did that again. I've been reading the book for 30 years.
Wait a minute now. Yeah, okay, you're being hard on yourself. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that's the thing. You're going to make mistakes. Okay, right. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna say something crazy dumb. Hopefully, not a lot. And I always tell people, I'm not rude. I'm not mean. I'm direct. Okay, but that doesn't mean you can't say something. And when you say something and you see that you've offended somebody, this is what you say. I'm sorry. And that seems to be tough for people to do for some reason. Okay, but you gotta say, I'm sorry. In this atmosphere that's out here, this, saying anything crazy out of your mouth, okay, that's just wrong. Doesn't make friends. And also, when the person really apologizes, forgive them because they said something dumb. Who knows? Maybe their blood sugar was low that day. Okay? Okay. Or maybe they just had a fight with somebody or their spouse or their significant other. I mean, you don't know what's going on in people's lives. A lot of people always say, we don't have any problems. Life is perfect for us. Okay. Nothing could be further than the truth. I mean, the power goes out. Why? Because there's a storm. Okay. Right in the middle of a call. Okay. Now what are we going to do? Okay. All kinds of things happen to us. Okay. Or you'll fall down the stairs and one of us will fall down the stairs. I did that. I slipped in the kitchen and hurt myself. Okay. No, but I don't get on the call telling people these things. They assume that nothing ever happens to us. That we're all fine. Okay, and some things you have to tell. When Tyron was only available years ago because he had a heart attack, I had to tell him. Because I didn't want people to think he just disappeared. Because you'll have people that just disappear and you don't know what happens to them. Okay, but it's not, the power call isn't a place to share all your problems. Okay, a lot of people think it's a therapy session. It is as far as giving you confidence to do better and to feel better about who you are. Okay, and that's another reason why you're reading the books, because in the books, How to Win Friends and Influence People, I think you can get that on audio on CD too.
But I want to say something about the books.
Okay, go ahead.
You can go to almost any used bookstore, Goodwood store, and all these books I'm talking about, they be in there for $1, $2. You don't have to go buy full retail at Barnes Noble for these books. These books, because personal development is not something most people want to do. So even if they go buy these books, you go find all these books by John Maxwell, Leadership. These books be out there for $1, $2, $1.50, and you just buy you a bunch of them, keep them in the trunk of your car. I wouldn't go do any meeting anywhere without having books with me and without having CDs. Nobody, I don't care if it's one-on-one in somebody's house or hotel meeting, always come loaded for bear. Because what we're always working on, one of the reasons we have grown, I believe, in WellPuild is because we've been talking about books and tapes and CDs forever. And see, once you get your attitude right, if the attitude's strong, when something come along and smack you upside the head, you go, man, you be ready. Okay, but if you haven't grown at all, you're the same person. If you heard the statement I said last week, some people got 30 years experience one time. They said, I've been in network marketing 20 years. Well, yeah, so you got 1 year experience 20 times. You haven't learned anything beyond the first year. Okay, but anyway, we off point. This is not a certain. This is on the night we'll be talking about how to do meetings, but we'll get off track. So get ready because anything. But I want to cover some we forgot. When set up that meeting, also, you always want to have some music in the beginning of your meeting. Okay, to get the energy level up. Okay, something upbeat, something positive. You always want to have some music at the end of the meeting. And then in setting up the meeting, go theater style chairs. And you always want to set up the meeting for less than you expect to come. Meaning that if you expect 10 people to show up, set up 5 chairs.
And then bring out more chairs.
Bring out more chairs as needed. If you expect 30 people here, don't go set up 30 chairs, set up 15. Okay? And then bring out more chairs needed. If you expect 100 people to be at your meeting, get a room for 50. Okay? A room set up for 50 people and 65 people show up. It's an exciting, impactful meeting. But if you had the room set up for 165 show up, it looked like nobody came to your meeting.
That's true.
Okay, so this is very strategic, very important. There's a psychological reason for that because we love it. All of a sudden, you bring them more chance. Oh wow, they didn't expect me. Look at this, and they get excited. I mean, I've done meetings where there've been 50 people in the room, and it's the most exciting meeting I've ever done. And I've done meetings where there've been 400, 500 people in the room, and it was one of the toughest meetings I've ever done in my lifetime. I still think about the day because this person insists on getting a room for 1,000 people. And I said, set the room up for 300 people. I said, you don't need that many.
It looked like a ghost town.
And 300 some people showed up for it. It was like 400 some people at the meeting.
Yes.
But the room was set for 1,000. It looked like nobody was there.
That's right.
Yeah. It was 400. Yeah, they had made that room for 250 or 300, and we was jamming in that room. Man, folks would have left that room. But no matter how much energy I poured into it, it was tough on me because the room looked empty. But the room was actually packed if it was set for 300 people. Okay. So that's very important to remember. Keep some music, keep it upbeat, keep it positive. The meeting is not the place to share negative stuff. Okay. At the end of the meeting, it's not the time to talk about something was I've been waiting 6 weeks for this. All that kind of stuff. You want to try to manage all that as best you possibly can. Okay. I'm trying to think what else can I tell you because I know it's getting close to the end of the hour. I'm trying to
one thing, Mr. Best, why is it, especially in our wonderful network of wealth builders, we make sure the presentations are pretty much the same across the board?
Oh, thank you.
You mentioned that to me.
Thank you. You got to help me out. Help me out. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Abram. Look, folks, we all want to be on the same page on the same meeting. Okay. It's sort of like we don't want somebody to be saying one thing in Chicago in wealth builders. I can't know the other groups, so I ain't got no control over that. Okay, I really have control of what you do, but I'm trying to help. Okay. You want a person to come to my meeting to hear me saying the same thing that Roger Williams is saying, showing the same slides, because they learn. It's a learning curve they got to go through. But if every time they go to a different meeting, they see a different set of slides and different information, how they gonna learn and grow and learn the material? So we all need to be on the same page saying the same thing. So whatever slides Roger Williams using, that's the same slides Mr. Thompson should be using, Ms. Abram should be using, I should be using, Maxine Jones. Everybody should be using the same slides, showing the same presentation over and over again so that people can see it and say, no matter what meeting I go to. And also, if you live in San Antonio and you see your prospect to a meeting in Los Angeles, and then you get back on the phone, they go, what do you see? You know, they saw the exact same presentation, pretty much. Different personality, different jokes, different humor, but they saw pretty much the exact same slide. And you said, what that loaf of bread cost? They all know. They saw the loaf of bread slide. They saying the same things over and over again. And everybody's saying the same thing, what? Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. So we're all saying the same thing. They're hearing the same message over and over again. And that brings about growth, brings about consistency, brings about confidence. Because this business is about confidence and belief. And when they know, man, I can send my prospects to the meeting in Chicago, they go see the exact same thing I'm doing in Atlanta. Very important. Very important. Now, see, watch this. In spite of all this, even if this is not done, we're still going to grow. But if do you want to grow faster? Do you want to go slower? We all want to go faster. So the kids to get this consistency going across the board all the time, that's going to make everything go faster. And it's rolling right now. It's rolling fast. And this is even more important right now at the speed in which we're going, because we're going so fast. We're growing so fast right now. It's important to get all this stuff because in a blink, okay, you're going to look up and they're going to be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 on your team. You're going to be like, oh my God, what's going on? If we don't have these, we got to have these systems in place. So if we can come in right away, what do? Hey, be on Sunday night's training, be on Sunday's training, be on the power call, be on the power call. Okay. Anyway.
When do you do a meeting? When is it time? When is it time?
You did the why.
I would say when you got a core group and now we're talking about public meeting now. Like I said, a house meeting for your family and friends, anytime you want to. Just you go do them, you go in the presentation. But when you say I'm going to move this meeting to a public facility, you got to have a grassroots, a core group there that's going to support that meeting. And I mean, to me, you got to have 20 to 30 people that you've already signed up, said they're sort of begging you to do a meeting. We got to have a meeting. We got to have a meeting. Don't go book a hotel and it's just you. And you think people going to come because you booked the hotel. I'm going to get that grassroots in that city going, okay, in my hometown going. And then we're going to do, once you got that little grassroots, just 20, 30 people. because now it's not just you promoting the meeting, it's you and all of them promoting meetings as well. Okay, so give yourself some time to do that. I know people, see, back in the old days, like everything was a house meeting. Well, now most of the time, people don't want to come to your house, and people don't even want people in their house. Okay, I have two things. People don't want to come to your house, and people don't want people coming. People don't want to come to your house, and you don't want people in your house. And by the way, let me mention something else while you are doing a house meeting. Think about everything you do must be duplicated. Not must be duplicated, will be duplicated, can be duplicated, and most likely will be duplicated. Now, or you would like it to duplicate. So now, if you have a house meeting, and then you have it, it's privately catered by my man, what's the guy I'm always imitating? Wolfgang Puck. Everybody think they got to go out and get a chef to do a private go over. See, you know, keep it simple, man. Have some light there from the drink, maybe some water, a little dip if you want to. So that's about it. Don't be going all across the board, man. You got wings over here, you got chicken over here, you got shrimp over here. I mean,
I come for shrimp.
That's not gonna work in the South, because people gonna feed you in the South. If you show up at the house, they're gonna feed you, period. That's the way it works. So I understand that. I try to respect it. You come to my mother's house, she gonna feed you no matter what I say. She gonna feed you some food. So that's just, I can't prevent that. I'm just giving you an idea to understand that's the way it works sometimes. But keep that in mind. So keep that in mind. Try to keep everything as simple as possible, because you want people to do what you do. It's the same thing with prospecting. People say, well, how do I prospect Bob? The same way we prospect everybody else. My doctor, how do I prospect him? The same way we prospect everybody else. Why? Because you want him to duplicate what you've done. Now, if you did something unique and special for him, that means he got to do something unique and special. That's why right now, if somebody said, well, when can we meet at Starbucks and talk about this? I don't want to meet them at Starbucks. So why? Because I want them to be on the same page I'm on from day one. You do not have to sit down at Starbucks for 3 hours to talk about this program. Yeah. Okay? You tell people it can be done on the phone. You tell people it's simple to do. And then you go sit down for 4 hours and talk about it at Starbucks, and they thinking, man, I ain't got 4 hours to do this tomorrow, and the next day, the next day, the next day. But if you keep it simple, send them the realmoney.info, and then when he comes, how do I get started? Well, what do I do with you? Well, you sent me the realmoney.info. What did you do? I saw it, I got started. Well, there you go. That's size to duplicate. Anyway, that's another seminar. That's not what we're talking about today. Not what we're talking about meetings. Any other meeting questions?
Well, at the end of a meeting, should there be a clear call to action as to what your next steps should be?
Okay, that's two questions. I'm glad made me think about something else. Yes, well, see, I don't like what some people said they like to close the meeting. I don't particularly care for that.
What do you mean?
Okay.
When I say close meeting, meaning I want you to sign up right here. There's the application in the back. Get your butt back there and sign up. You know. Okay.
You feel kind of intimidated, you know, like they're twisting your arm.
Right. I'm just not there. I'm sort of. I don't think it's necessary. I think when that meeting is closed, so look now. Okay, we finished the meeting. For those who are interested, I'm telling you right now, just fill out this application, get it filled out. We'll get you signed up right away, and we'll get you ready to go. There are two things to do: fill this application and get your package now. Okay, and it doesn't matter what package you get in where you fit in. Okay, but if you saw the compensation plan, you want CEO pay, get the VIP package. You know, you can go through something to that effect. Okay. But here's something else at the end of the meeting too. Make sure at the end of the meeting, you bring a couple of the leaders up, let them say a couple of things as well. At the end of the meeting, then you start to close out the meeting. Now watch this. Then you hang around for the meeting after the meeting. And by the way, now watch this. I'm always holding on to CDs and books because I'm looking for the one that's hungry. See, those who are not hungry, they're gonna bolt out the door. They still may get in. They might have a meeting or something to go to. You know, I'm not prejudging because they might have something to do. They haven't been sitting there for 2 hours. But then you'll find those. Have you ever seen those that mean don't want to go home? They just keep hanging around and hanging around and hanging around. And see, I got my extra stash of CDs for them. I got a book for them. Okay, I got a special book for them. I got a special CD for them. I'm waiting. Because I'm always looking for that one that's hungry. I'm not looking for his money. I'm looking for his pocket. I'm looking for that one with that hunger in his eyes that says, this is what I want to do. Her eyes. I want to be free. Yeah. Okay. And so I'm always, that's why I never bother me. I'm going to be the last one to leave with a couple of leaders every time because I'm looking for them ones that's hungry. And when I find them, say, hey, man, take this CD with you too. Really, take this CD with you too. Hey, look, I got a book for you. Here, take this book. You know, I'm looking for that one I can give something to. I'm not giving it to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so you learn how to do these kind of things. Okay, or we get in the parking lot and talk for another 45 minutes. Okay, I'm always looking for that one that's hungry. I'm never in a hurry. When I go do a meeting will be 3 hours. I expect to be there 4 to 5 hours. Okay, all the time. We expect it. My son Alex, we said we're leaving now. He said, Val and I, we doing a meeting. He's 10 years old this time, 11 years old, 15 years old. He used to sit in a hotel. He said, when you guys go get in the car, start the car, drive around to the front, blow the horn, I see you outside.
Right.
Because he know we'll say that. We'll be in the lobby talking for 30 minutes. Then we'll go to the parking lot, talk for another 30. We'll get outside the car, stand there and talk for another 30. Then we'll go. Man, he just sit right in the lobby, so just blow the horn. Let me know when you guys ready to go.
Well, you just answered my last question with what the average length of time for a meeting. So you just answered that question.
The formal part of the meeting, I will keep it. I'll do everything I can to keep the formal part down to an hour, to an hour and 15 minutes break, and then maybe do another hour training. If it's like a Super Saturday blast off, that's what we say. Have the Super Saturday blast off from 1 to 4. That's another little point. If you go into a city and you book 5 meetings in the city, well, you can do what you want to do. I would do it. Okay. See,
Why?
What do you mean by booking 5 meetings?
I'm going to explain.
Okay.
If Miss Abrams flying to Houston, Texas to do the meeting, she's a celebrity coming to Houston, Texas. Okay. Her time is valuable. Why should she be driving all over Houston doing meetings? Okay. Miss Abram, go direct, going to be right here from 1 to 4 on Saturday afternoon at the Sheraton Hotel. If you like to meet her, be there. See, that's up to us to set that tone, set that posture. Okay? She should have to come and fly into town and do a meeting at 9 o'clock, 1 at 11 o'clock, and 1 at 1 o'clock, and you got 5 meetings scheduled for her all over the place. And people going, what? Okay, well, chances are they're not going to come to any of them. Okay? Because you devalued her in many ways without even knowing it. But you say, hey, look, you know, she's coming and she's going to do one meeting. Okay. And you got to set the tone and the posture for that meeting, right? Hey, Mr. Roger Williams is coming in town. He don't have a lot of time, man. We're so blessed to have him here. He's going to be here from 1 to 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. From 1 to 4. Okay. He's going to be right here at this hotel. Now, if Roger Williams elect to go with you to go see your doctor or your pastor on his own, that's great. But I would not formally be announcing we got a meeting at 10 o'clock, we got a meeting at 12 o'clock, we got a meeting from 1 to 4, and then he's gonna do another one at 7 o'clock that night. No. Okay. Make this meeting make Rogers one presentation a priority and get everybody there. And those who miss it, God bless and catch them next time.
And edify him right as the celebrity that he is.
And treat him,
or whomever
or the senior partner that he is.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not, this business is so many subtle things, this business. It's simple business, but there are a lot of subtle things in business because, and it's not so much us, we got to deal with the fact that people have been chasing this network marketing business for the last 40 years. Everybody think you need them. Okay. I had a gentleman tell me yesterday, a guy told him that I got a 6 o'clock appointment with you and a 7 o'clock appointment with somebody else. And I'm going to look at both you guys and see which thing I want to do. And he was actually considered. I said, man, glad he wasn't talking to me. so, I mean, and I would have been mean. I would have been rude. I would have said, hey, look, man, that's not going to happen. Okay. You got the material. Have a nice day. I'm gone. Because see, folks, once you get that confidence, you realize you're never going to run out of people. My wife and I have been doing this for 35 years. We have not ran out of people in 35 years. Okay. And 95% of people out of the 30,000+ we have in carry bars right now, we did not know before we started carry bars. It blows my mind too to think about it sometimes. I go, how can we have all these people in carry bars and we did not know them? Even, you know, it's amazing. 7 billion people is a lot of people on the planet.
Yeah.
Okay. So but that's why we said we're going to create 1,000+ millionaires. That's not that many. Okay, it's really not that many, and I don't believe it's that difficult to do, especially now with cryptocurrency and gold and networking. We can combine 3 of the greatest forces on the planet.
Absolutely.
So,
and we're global.
Well,
Anyway.
we're about to wrap it up. Miss Valerie Best, do you have any closing comments you would like to make?
Please
It
feel
has
free.
been a pleasure, because it's funny, you know, you and I, we talk, but it's just nothing like seeing face to face, you know, and seeing
I
both
got
of
a
your
closing
facial
comment.
expressions when
Go
you
ahead.
talk. but I
I
do.
got a closing comment about you.
Oh, about me?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Go ahead.
I got a closing comment about me because this is the first thing that my boo and I have done together in Carabas since we've been in Carabas,
Really?
and for a lot of reasons.
Wow.
I mean, we've done some. I mean,
Heartbeat
visual
calls.
things. I mean, we've done some
Woo.
heartbeat calls. That's not for the team. That's
Yeah, that's up to
that,
you.
okay. We've been on the heartbeat call. That's the leadership call for the company.
On
I'm
Ken
talking about
here.
where you and I have done a Zoom together.
For
Or
real?
doing
Really?
yeah, for real. Okay. And I mean, you understand, we've done this entire business together since 1983. We've done everything, every meeting, every function. And Val has yet to see a Let's Go weekend. And I have told her that this Let's Go weekend, and you understand, we've done meetings, we've hosted 4,000 and 5,000 people ourselves. And I said, no, nothing compares to what we're doing in Wealth Builders Worldwide. Nothing compares to a Let's Go weekend put on by Mo and Monisha. I'm telling you, it's just, I've been telling her for years. I said, honey, we're gonna get you there. I'm telling you, this is something you'll get it once you get it. For all those who are listening right now, you want to have your ticket to the Let's Go weekend, okay? Because it's something you feel that we can't explain to you. And I've said it to Valerie, and you understand, this is a person who's been to 500 functions, okay? And she's gonna have an experience of a lifetime. So anyway, go ahead, Miss Valerie.
Well, the closing is, thank you. The closing is that, yeah, we have done, and I've seen a lot, okay? But there is something different about this. Maybe it's because it's a global and we're touching so many people's lives all over the world. Okay, when Ty comes back on the Let's Go weekend, he's just walking on clouds. Okay, and so I'm very excited to go. That's why I'm, following my doctor's instructions and everything. And we're coming. I'm coming. Well, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody, Miss Valerie.
I've been doing what my doctor said. To the letter. Okay, no deviation. Just doing what it said. It looks like I'm doing good. And I say, great. And I'm very excited because I want to be a part of that. Okay, I want to be a part of it. And I told Ty, Ty, what if I get tired when I'm at the function? He said, then you can go up to the hotel room and take a nap. I said, oh, okay. Okay, and so that's good. But what I like is that, I've done so many things, but there's something about this synergy in a group. That's why, we like the diversity of the people in this country or around the world, the diversity of personalities. And when there's any kind of conflict, hopefully we can sit down and talk about it, or on the phone or whatever, talk about it and work it out, because you're going to have conflict sometimes. That's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then we can all grow, because look, I want people to make money. I feel good when people are making money. Okay. And happy and doing whatever they want to do. I don't tell you how much money they make. So the thing is that this is exciting, because this is the first time we actually did. But I'm always there in the background. People know. I mean, I talk to Sheila hours on it, and so I'm doing things. But usually, what I do is invisible. Okay, and so this is kind of exciting. I was like, oh, really? I can't believe I'm actually awake. I took a power nap, though. I'm going to tell you the truth, because I took a power nap. I was talking to Gabriel, and next thing you know, he goes, "Ma," I said, "I got to take a nap."
Can I jump right on in? Because see, I gotta go Sheila Abram on the whole Valerie's coming too.
Oh gosh, you beat me to it. I know what you're gonna say.
Do not know she is very allergic to cigarette smoke.
Oh God.
So leaders, if you are smokers, so you don't smell it on yourself. Mm-hmm. So the only thing I'm gonna tell you is, if you smoke, stand across the room and wave. Don't come up and try to give Valerie Best a hug, and you just came from outside smoking a cigarette. That's going to make her sick. When Mr. Best comes home from the Let's Go weekend, he has to leave all of his clothes in the garage, immediately head for the shower because of what he's come in contact with while he was away. And those clothes have to go to the cleaners.
Absolutely.
So that's something that you have to please That is vital because we want her to be able to sit there and know we're not going to put the pressure that she's getting
Not
up on
presenting.
stage and she's presenting and she's going to dance and she's going to she is going to be there
and enjoy
be
herself.
a part of the Let's Go
Yes.
weekend.
Well, I'm excited now.
You're not
Okay, I'm the bodyguard.
Yes, we're gonna have two. She's not presenting. She's there to enjoy Let's Go weekend. So don't put anything up like that because that's not gonna happen.
Thank you.
We got your back.
That means I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna have fun.
That's what you're
Now,
there to have
you know, my
some
kids are coming too. My crew coming, right?
You don't have it. You got 2 more grown men in the house.
Now, Sheila, they're always your kids, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, you know what I mean.
But Gabriel will be 18 by the time you get to the Let's Go weekend.
He's so excited.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's excited about being 18. He's excited about coming. He's just excited. He asked, remember, he went to the meeting on Saturday with Ty. He was his road dog. He got up and went to the meeting. He had a good time.
Yeah.
He really had a good time, and he was there all the whole time. And
Yeah, he's going out the whole time.
he loves it. He's having a good time.
Well,
Thank you for inviting us and me especially.
Thank you so much for being on Can We Chat. Oh my goodness.
Close us out, Maxine Jones.
Awesome. So thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Best, for being our special guests. And you are welcome back anytime that you want to come back. And look, he's always hijacking us. So Miss Valerie Best, you have an open mic too to hijack us anytime you want. And I just want to say good night to everyone. Don't forget for your suggestions, put them on canwechathere.info if you want some topics to be discussed. And don't forget, Let's Go weekend. Everybody needs to be registered and going because you know who's going to be there, but she's going to be there just to have fun. Okay.
Got a celebrity in the house.
Love, peace, and soul. All right.
All right. We love you guys. We really, really do.
Yes.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.